camp. Hope you all enjoyed it. We're going to do a quick let's take a moment. There are tons of people who are here or worked on the movie. Why don't you all come up?
Hey, what's up, guys? What happens next?
So, like, why am I here?
Oh, yeah. Mark, you want to bring out the cross?
Mark, got the cross.
Like so.
Yeah, Austin. Oh shit, I gotta start doing push-ups. Wow.
Okay, well, I got a couple questions for, how many we got? 50 of you? Yeah, Camp is a movie that I find to be it's deeply felt, and not just in the script, but in the kind of extra diegetic, the production, post-production, so on and so forth. And what I want to know is how it was brought from script to production, and what kind of changes and what kind of adaptations and feelings came out of working actually on the movie after the script.
I guess I started writing the script in 2021, so that's 5 years ago. And the way it started and what it turned into, I mean, they're like completely different things. Obviously, it went through so many changes. I was writing it kind of up until we were shooting it, and even on the day, I mean, we would change things. But yeah, there's so much. This movie is so much more than just what I wrote. It's all the people that came out to be there for it, and it's, I mean, a huge part of it for me is always Max's music, who's here as well. And I've been working with Max since Honeycomb, maybe before that, but yeah, I think that his music is just like, it's so much of the world that I live in when I'm making movies and when I'm writing, and his collaboration is like deeply, deeply important to me. Also working with Eileen, my cinematographer, here she is. I wanted to work with Eileen because Eileen's somebody that understood where this story came from, right from the beginning in a really personal way, and also because I think she's amazing in what she does, But honestly, this was new for both of us working on something like this, so it was like a finding it together, and that partnership is like also deeply important to me. And the things I've felt from making this, I mean, it's like, I'm in it right now too, So it's hard to describe all the ways that it's changed my world, but it's been intense, and it's like moments like this, being up here with everybody and seeing how many people who are a part of it and how many people come to see it. It's just really special for me.
Yeah, I think that friendship and loyalty comes across in the movie, not just with all these people standing up here. But it's a wonderful thing. Yeah. I suppose my next question is, both Honeycomb and Camp have particularly like BC Canadian affect to them, but they don't have the baggage of like CanCon. You know what I mean? Like Corner Gas or something you would watch in French immersion class or whatever. And I know that you worked on this movie, not in BC, but you filmed it in Alberta, and you've been working kind of abroad and elsewhere. And I'm curious about how your sort of relationship to Canada, obviously it's a very BC-inspired film, but how your relationship to Canada and BC has maybe changed over time, and how you apply it to your work.
I wanted to shoot this movie in BC because I wanted to shoot it in like an environment I understood, and we actually did shoot that beginning party sequence in Black Creek because I felt like it was important to have like a piece of home in the film. I'm like such a Canadian filmmaker, unfortunately. It's like deeply ingrained in me. I don't know what it would be like to make a movie somewhere else, and it's obviously a huge part of what I do. But yeah, it was cool to shoot out in Alberta as well, and to be away from home in that way, and to feel like we really were going to summer camp, So, yeah.
And my last question is kind of a general one. I think this could be answered by multiple people. But the film is very like seasonal. It's very summer, but I think Vera Drew in their review wrote that it feels like summer's ending and coming into autumn. And then a lot of the film is filmed outside. And I suppose this question for Eiley as well is like, how did you go about shooting it outside and capturing this feeling of the end of summer? And the film kind of climaxes at night in a way that feels visually unique, and how'd you go about that? Shooting outside, I know, is not an easy thing. So. Yeah,
it was definitely hard since in Alberta we had 6-hour nights, and about 80% of our film was shot at night. So that was a huge challenge, and I think seasonality. We had the intention of having a hot summer kind of feeling to the whole film, and then having also like her hometown being more dreary, and like kind of felt like where I waited at the bus stop when I grew up. Like it was all damp and like sad. But I don't know, what do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I feel like in comparison to Honeycomb, which was just like so sun-soaked, to really go back and forth with this one between night and day, and it feels like it. It feels deeply Canadian in the seasonality of it, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, let's open it up to the audience.
I want to talk about one more thing.
Okay.
In the beginning, I didn't mention. I think like another huge part of this film is the casting and the casting we were able to do, and some of these people are people that I knew prior to. There we go, we got Cherry there. Cherry is somebody I knew prior to, but we've got people like Ella and Alice and Zola here and Isa and if I'm missing anybody, sorry, my brain's going crazy, but that I didn't know ahead of time. And Zola here in particular, our lead, her and I met maybe a year before we started production, but through like a casting agency, and it's like to have that time with you ahead to figure out this character. She just didn't exist before I met Zola, and it's just it's been so cool. It's been so cool with all of you. But yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Awesome. Any questions from the crowd?
Zach has a question.
Zach?
I really enjoyed the scene with 2D animation in it. What inspired that sort of thought to switch to 2D for a second?
Yeah, I like working with like mixed media like that. Like I'd always wanted to do it with Honeycomb, and we didn't have the kind of budget to do that, so it was something we were able to do. The artist's name is Sophia. She's from Alberta as well, and that was kind of a last-minute detail to add the animation of Isa's character Eden, which was so neat to me to actually see like a full character animation. Just like that clip with the moon and the mountains and everything. That's like that's one of my favorite scenes in the film. So yeah, I don't know what inspired it. I guess I just like I've always wanted to do that kind of thing. Yeah.
Did you as the cast and crew as a whole have like a ritual for getting into the zone, getting into the vibe? Or did anybody have like their own individual kind of ritual?
I feel like you got something.
I think magic is a lot more, or maybe less than what people like make it out to be. Magic on camp was this like unspoken comfortability and intensity without it being like intense. Camp was like the most magical thing that has ever happened to me in my life, and Avalon Fast is like one of the most amazing people on this earth. Let's give it up for Avalon Fast. Come on. I think that a lot of the people that Avalon brought on to be like a part of this team, like Eileen's fucking, pardon my French, but fucking amazing. One cinematographer, like, of whatever the thing. There is a certain magic that's like, it doesn't have to be like, yeah, you guys know what I mean.
Any more questions? Curious about magic?
I have a question.
Okay.
It's for Matt.
Oh, good.
What inspired your musical choices for the movie? Did you make stuff before, or all while watching the cuts? Or?
Yeah, while watching. I think I just wanted to make, well, I mean, I'm just doing what Avalon was saying. No, I don't know. Nothing really inspired me. I was just kind of like living in an apartment. I don't know. I'm sorry, that's so weird.
What did you use a dog?
Yeah, I did, but I hate, you kind of need to, like, I couldn't have done that without a dog, but I just, like, I want to use as little preset sounds as possible. I like to just record stuff in and just fuck it up with effects. Like, and outside of the dog, but yeah, it's
I'm sure
just
able
to.
For sure, it's best.
Okay, cool. Are we good?
I'll ask one more question, Zola.
Yeah.
I'll bring it to you. Tell me about how the character feels extremely limited and deeply personal. Tell me about how you went about kind of becoming and inhabiting this character.
Avalon and I talked about it a lot. We worked on this character for 9 months, from when I was cast to when we filmed. And, part of it was I read a lot about grief and the process of grief and survivor skill, which I think was quite integral to the character. And then another thing, Avalon and I built a playlist together that we both listened to a lot. And we listened to it on the first day going. We drove in the picture car actually to set and we listened to it. That was pretty important for like the kind of the settled feeling that I wanted the character to have. And then the last thing that Avalon let me do, which was really awesome, was that I made my costume for the final scene, which was really interesting, like to get to work on something that my character would wear, and that was in a really intense and transformational moment for her, anyways, but yeah, so it was a lot of Zoom. Yeah.
Yeah, that dress is incredible. I was watching just now, and I was like, I remembered that you had made that. I mean, and that you'd put your own time and energy, like outside of the shoot, time, energy, and money into making that outside of the shoot. And I still have the dress, and it's so beautiful, and it's become such a moment of the story. So yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this movie. We have, I forgot to mention, thank you, Grace Period, for doing the ambient music before you came in here. And then we have Respect Jesus. You're playing first now for technical reasons. And then we're going to try and play a little short film from Vancouver called Bike Shorts. And then we will have Ghost Darling, and then we will go home. So if you want to sit, turn your chairs around. Otherwise, let's teamwork stack them up.
Thanks.
Thank you.